Atlanta just went silent. King Harris, yes. The son of rap royalty T.I. and Tiny has delivered an ICU update so chilling, so jaw-dropping. It's got the entire family on the floor and the internet screaming louder than a Kanye Twitter rant. Forget reality shows, forget Netflix documentaries, this. Real-life drama makes the Kardashians look like they're playing Candyland, word. From the hospital halls is that doctors didn't just whisper bad news. They dropped a report so devastating. It left the Harris clan collapsing in tears. We're talking the kind of update that freezes your blood, the kind of medical bombshell that makes the entire hip-hop world gasp in unison. If you thought King's headline-grabbing antics were wild, this latest twist just turned the spotlight into a blinding floodlight, and here's the kicker. Fans are just watching. They're dissecting every leaked clip, every cryptic Instagram caption, every tear-streaked face like it's the Zapruder film of rap culture. The ICU is turned into a stage, the doctors into unintentional storytellers, and the Harris family into unwilling cast members in the most heart-stopping saga of the year. Brace yourselves, because this isn't just an update. It's a gut-punching finale you'll never forget. The Harris name has always been headline material. From T.I.'s legendary rap career to Tiny's reality TV reign, this family doesn't just live in the spotlight, they practically invented the blueprint for it. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared the world for the chilling ICU update about King Harris. The news didn't just leak, it detonated. It didn't just trend, it eclipsed everything else happening in hip-hop. Nicki versus Cardi? Old news. Kanye's latest meltdown? Suddenly irrelevant. The Harris IQ drama made every other scandal feel like child's play. Let's rewind. King Harris, the self-proclaimed Prince of Atlanta, has been in the headlines for years, mostly for his rebellious antics. He's been caught in viral confrontations, trolling older rappers, and constantly testing the patience of fans who see him as a mix of rap royalty heir and walking headline generator. But then came the unthinkable, a health scare that landed him in the ICU. At first, whispers suggested it was routine. Nothing major. Just stress, exhaustion, maybe even a little too much rock star lifestyle. But then, boom, the doctor's update hit and it changed everything. The words "final ICU report" spread like wildfire. That phrasing alone had fans clutching their pearls and family members allegedly collapsing in hallways. Imagine being told in cold medical jargon that someone who grew up in front of cameras, someone you've argued about on Twitter, laughed in memes, or rolled your eyes at on Instagram Live, was suddenly hanging in the balance. That's the kind of plot twist that grabs the entire culture by the throat. Insiders claim the doctor's update was delivered behind closed doors. But you know how Atlanta works, nothing stays private. Within hours, sources close to the family were leaking tidbits to blogs. And within minutes of that, Twitter detectives had already pieced together their own theories. Some swore it was stress-induced, a consequence of King's relentless need to prove himself against the shadow of his father. Others speculated darker scenarios, whispering about lifestyle choices, secret incidents, and late-night calls gone wrong. Every theory made it scarier, every rumor made it messier. And while the Harris family tried to hold it together, the pressure cooker of fame made it impossible to grieve in silence. Tiny was spotted outside the hospital, sunglasses covering her face, but paparazzi lenses still catching her tears. T.I. allegedly confronted photographers, telling them to back off, but of course, those confrontations only fueled the fire. Every single move was captured, dissected, and uploaded for public consumption like the world's most twisted reality show. The internet? Oh, it lost its collective mind. Hashtags like #pray for King and #Harris ICU update dominated Twitter. TikTokers were making tearful reaction videos, setting clips of King to sad piano music while whispering, "Stay strong." And Instagram? A war zone. Fans fighting over whether King's past antics meant he brought this on himself. Yes, people are that cruel, while others defended him, saying no one deserves this level of pain. The divide was sharp, but the obsession was unanimous. But here's where it got even wilder. A supposed leak emerged, a blurry screenshot claiming to show the ICU report itself. Whether real or fake, it spread faster than wildfire, and fans analyzed it like it was a Supreme Court document. Circles around the word "critical," arrows pointing to medical terms most of the posters couldn't even pronounce. Threads went viral with self-proclaimed medical experts breaking down what every line meant, each conclusion scarier than the last. By the time the actual doctors clarified anything, the internet had already written its own obituary. And in the middle of all this chaos, King's siblings caught between heartbreak and fury. Zanik allegedly went off on a now-deleted Instagram story calling out blogs for exploiting their pain. Fans screen-capped it in seconds, of course, because nothing online ever truly disappears. Even more shocking, some friends of King hinted that the situation was worse than anyone realizes. A cryptic warning that only poured gasoline on the fire. Meanwhile, hip-hop peers started weighing in. Boosie dropped a prayer post on IG, Lil Scrappy tweeted a cryptic, "Life's too short, y'all?" And Waka Flocka reposted a throwback picture of King, captioning it, "Stay strong, young prince." Each message added weight, adding layers, reminding fans that this wasn't just tabloid fodder, this was a community genuinely shaken. But let's not pretend the internet is all compassion. Memes started popping up too, because for every prayer warrior, there's always someone chasing clout. Some tasteless edits had King photoshopped into fake Heaven Gates images. Others mocked his past confrontations, saying, "He talked tough, now look." Disgusting? Absolutely. Predictable? Sadly, yes. The internet runs on equal parts empathy and cruelty, and the Harris IQ saga brought out both in full force. And the worst part? The Harris family had to endure all of this in real time. Imagine hearing devastating news about your child and at the same moment, seeing hashtags about it trend worldwide. Imagine trying to process grief, only to see Twitter polls asking, "Do you think King will make it?" It's not just invasive, it's inhumane. Yet in 2025, that's the cost of fame. The final ICU update wasn't just a medical report. It was a cultural bombshell. It forced everyone from diehard fans to casual scroll stoppers to reckon with the reality that King Harris isn't just a meme machine. He's a human being. But it also reminded us how quickly tragedy gets commodified. Because while the Harris family collapsed in private agony, the public was busy refreshing feeds, waiting for the next drip of drama, and the question that loomed over all of it was chilling. What exactly did those doctors say behind closed doors? And why was the family's reaction so visceral, so immediate, so collapsing to the floor dramatic? That mystery became the hook, the magnet, the thing that made even people who'd never watched T.I. and Tiny, Family Hustle, suddenly invested like it was their own cousin in that ICU bed. This wasn't just another celebrity headline. This was a generational saga, and the world knew it had only just begun. If the initial IQ leak was the spark, what came next was the explosion. The Harris ICU saga didn't just stay in Atlanta. It spread across the entire entertainment industry like a wildfire fueled by gasoline, memes, and group chats. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion, everyone had a theory, and every celebrity with a blue check mark was chiming in like this was the season finale of Love and Hip Hop. First came the prayers. Snoop Dogg posted a simple for the Harris family on Instagram, and it racked up over 1 million likes in less than a day. Cardi B went live saying, "I don't care what y'all say about him. This is somebody's child, and it's serious." That clip itself got reposted everywhere, turning Cardi into the voice of reason in a storyline that had already gone off the rails. Even Boosie, who normally can't resist cracking jokes, dropped a surprisingly heartfelt message. "Y'all pray for that boy. Life too short, don't play with it." But it wasn't just the heartfelt posts that made headlines, it was the shade, the conspiracies, and the pettiness. Because in 2025, empathy has an expiration date, and Twitter's patience for compassion is shorter than a TikTok sound. Within hours, people were cracking jokes, twisting the ICU news into memes, and weaponizing it for clout. One viral post read, "King Harris is fighting for his life, but the internet fighting for retweets." Accurate. Then came the twists. A supposed exclusive audio leaked online, allegedly. A nurse or hospital worker spilling details about the doctor's report. The audio was muffled, scratchy, and probably fake, but that didn't stop it from spreading like wildfire. You could barely make out words like serious condition and family in distress, but that was enough. TikTokers used the clip to soundtrack edits of King's past viral moments, his Instagram rants, his fights, his stage appearances set against ominous music. The narrative shifted from "this is tragic" to "this is cinematic." Tragic to "this is cinematic." And that's when the celebrity peanut gallery really got messy. Whack 100, never one to miss an opportunity for chaos, hopped on Clubhouse and basically turned King's ICU drama into a conspiracy theory. "Listen, I'm telling y'all, it ain't what it seems," he claimed, implying that the family was hiding the real truth. That clip hit YouTube, and suddenly fan forums were buzzing about secret causes, hidden feuds, and cover-ups. Because nothing says somebody's in the ICU like internet strangers turning it into a season of scandal. The memes, though? Next level cruel, next level viral. Somebody edited King's face into that iconic Game of Thrones hold the door scene, except the caption read "hold the mic," mocking his controversial rap attempts. Tasteless? Absolutely. Viral? Completely. Another meme had T.I. photoshopped into a doctor's coat, handing King a final IC report like it was a mixtape. The internet never disappoints in finding ways to laugh at pain, and this saga was no exception, and let's not forget the fans outside the hospital. Yes, you read that right, people actually pulled up, trying to live-stream the chaos like it was a music festival. IG Live showed groups of people chanting "Free King." And prayers up, turning the hospital parking lot into a strange mix of vigil and block party. Security had to push them back, but not before several clips made it online, fueling the narrative that this wasn't just a medical crisis, it was a public spectacle. The Harris family, meanwhile, looked like they were living inside a pressure cooker. Tiny's sisters reportedly snapped at paparazzi. Zinnik tried clapping back at blogs again, saying, "Y'all need to leave us alone," only to find her words screenshotted and mend as if she'd just added fuel to the fire. Even T.I., usually stoic, was caught on camera storming past reporters, muttering, "This ain't no show." Too late. Because whether he liked it or not, it was a show, one the entire world was binge-watching in real time. And here's the kicker. The more the family tried to contain it, the wilder the internet got. When T.I. said no updates, fans created fake updates. When Tiny refused interviews, bloggers invented quotes. When the hospital said no comment, Twitter built a whole conspiracy theory thread that read like a Netflix script. Reality blurred with fiction, and in the middle of it all was King Harris, silent, unseen, but somehow more visible than ever. Even mainstream media joined the frenzy. CNN ran a segment titled "The Culture Reacts, King Harris ICU Drama," while TMZ camped outside like vultures waiting for scraps. Entertainment Tonight treated it like the royal family had fallen ill, complete with dramatic B-roll and expert commentary. The message was clear. This wasn't just hip-hop gossip. This was America's obsession of the week, and the timing couldn't have been worse. Hip-hop was already in chaos, arrests, feuds, scandals piling up like traffic, and LA King's ICU saga became the cherry on top. The storyline everyone couldn't stop refreshing. In group chats, on timelines, even at barbershops, it wasn't, "Did you hear about King?" It was, "What did the doctor say?" Because the family's collapse after that ICU report wasn't just heartbreaking, it was iconic. It became the visual symbol of the saga, a family folding under news so heavy it broke them in public. Fans obsessed over that image. Screenshots of Tiny crying. Clips of T.I. clenching his jaw. Headlines screamed about the collapse, turning it into a viral keyword. It wasn't just tragedy anymore, it was tragedy commodified, packaged and sold like content, and let's be real, it worked. Every gossip page, every news outlet, every YouTube channel, yes, including this one, milked it for clicks because the truth is, tragedy sells better than triumph. A final ICU update wasn't just medical, it was marketing. And the internet? Hungry customers, but the darkest twist of all. Some fans started turning against each other. "Y'all only care because it's T.I.'s son," one thread argued, sparking a war in the comments. Others claimed King had been asking for it because of his past antics. The debate raged on, ugly and relentless, reminding everyone that empathy online has an expiration date of about 24 hours. The Harris ICU saga had officially escalated from private pain to global circus, and the scariest part? The show wasn't over. Because if this was only the update, what would the aftermath look like? When the chaos finally simmered and the hashtag slowed down, Atlanta was left staring at the wreckage of a story that felt more like a season finale than a medical update. The final ICU report didn't just shake the Harris family, it rattled the entire culture. Because when rap royalty bleeds, the world doesn't whisper. It screams, it memes, it collapses right alongside the family. The Harris name has always been a fortress, a dynasty. T.I., the king of the South. Tiny reality TV royalty. Their kids? The heirs to the throne. But this ICU update cracked the walls wide open, exposing the vulnerability underneath the glitter. For the first time, the public saw the family not as untouchable icons, but as humans falling apart under the weight of devastating news. That collapse wasn't just a moment, it was a symbol. The aftermath split into three arenas: family, industry, and the public. Family first. The Harris clan reportedly went into lockdown. No press, no updates. A cone of silence around King's condition. But silence in 2025 is a vacuum, and vacuums get filled fast. Fans started interpreting every move, T.I. skipping an appearance, Tiny's Instagram blackout, even King's siblings going quiet online. Each absence became a headline. Where is the Nike? Did T.I. just hint at bad news? Suddenly, not posting was louder than posting, and every silence felt like a scream. Then the industry. Hip-hop peers reacted in waves. Some doubled down on support, Offset calling King family, Meek Mill tweeting prayers. Others? They stayed suspiciously silent, and in hip-hop, silence is its own message. Rumors started swirling that not everyone had love for King, that some rivals saw this moment as karma. Brutal but believable. After all, King spent years trolling, mocking, and making headlines for beef more than bars. For some, the ICU drama wasn't tragedy. It was the universe spinning back. And finally, the public. This is where things turned truly dystopian. The same fans who were crying on TikTok a week ago started turning cruel. It's been days, where's the update? They demanded, as if trauma runs on their schedule. Conspiracy theories deepened. Was the report being hidden because the truth was worse than anyone could handle? Was this a smokescreen for some bigger scandal? Was King already gone and the family just buying time? Wild, baseless theories, but juicy enough to trend. The worst part? Blogs ate it up. Instead of shutting down nonsense, they printed it. Every rumor became a headline. Every fake insider quote became gospel. It didn't matter that real doctors were begging for privacy. The circus was more profitable than the truth. But here's where the narrative cut even deeper. King Harris' reputation. For years, he was the reckless prince of the Harris dynasty. Fans mocked him, critics dragged him, and even his own dad called him out publicly. But the IQ saga forced people to see him differently. Suddenly, he wasn't the wild kid with a smart mouth. He was a fragile human being, one step from tragedy. That shift hit hard. Fans who used to clown him were now typing prayers up with real tears in their eyes. The memes didn't stop, they never do, but beneath the cruelty, there was a strange, sobering respect. And for T.I. himself, this might be the hardest blow of all. The king of the South, the man who survived every feud, every headline, every cancel attempt, suddenly brought to his knees by news about his son. Fans said the look on T.I.'s face leaving that hospital was enough to haunt them forever. For once, he wasn't the sharp-tongued rapper or the motivational speaker. He was just a dad, shattered. That image? Unforgettable. The fallout rippled far beyond the hospital. Reality TV networks scrambled to figure out whether to cover it, whether to exploit it, whether to spin it into content. Fans debated morality. Do we deserve updates? Is this our business? Spoiler, the internet decided yes. When you live in the public eye, your private pain becomes public property. Fair? No, but in this culture? Automatic, and the scariest part of all. Nobody knows what happens next. The final ICU report was supposed to be clarity, but instead it became a cliffhanger. The family's collapse told us everything and nothing all at once. Are we on the brink of tragedy? Are we waiting for a miracle? The silence is deafening, and the speculation louder than ever. One thing's for sure, this saga changed the Harris name forever. King Harris is no longer just the rebellious heir people love to mock. He's the face of a cultural moment that proved how fragile fame really is. And for the Harris dynasty, no matter what happens next, the throne they built will never feel the same. Because in Atlanta and hip-hop and reality TV, perception is reality, and the perception now is that even the strongest dynasties can collapse in an instant. And there you have it, the ICU update that turned Atlanta upside down and left the Harris dynasty on its knees. What started as whispers in a hospital hallway became a full-blown cultural earthquake. The kind of story that makes the Kardashians look like they're filming a cooking vlog. King Harris didn't just trend, he hijacked the entire internet, forcing everyone from Twitter trolls to rap legends to pick a side. Now it's your turn. Smash that like button like it just owed you money. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. Do you think the Harris family is hiding the truth? Or is this just another chapter in the never-ending saga of reality meeting rap royalty? Don't just scroll, get messy. Pick a side, argue with strangers, and make this comment section look like a courtroom brawl. And if you're still watching, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe harder than 50 Cent hits a troll on Instagram, because this isn't the last time a final report will shake the culture. Tomorrow it could be another IQ leak, another meltdown on IG leave, another scandal that makes you gasp, laugh, and binge every update like it's the last season of your favorite Netflix show. We don't do boring here. We do drama, chaos, and cliffhangers that make your jaw hit the floor, and we do it every single time. This is Trend Tattle. Signing off with one last line to burn into your brain. In the world of hip-hop, kings don't retire, they collapse, they rise, and they make the internet explode along the way.